Vietnam War shows us how the American public's distrust and anger at the government during the Vietnam War grew through the reporting of the media on the war. Take, for example, the My Lai massacre. My Lai was a small village in Vietnam where there were rumors that the Viet Cong insurgency had soldiers there, and when American soldiers could not find any evidence of that, they decided to destroy the entire village, killing all of the defenseless villagers. After the media reported on the My Lai massacre, support for the war effort in Vietnam plummeted, and the subsequent cover-ups were revealed, increasing the distrust and anger that the American public had at the American government. The protests against the war and anti-war sentiment increased to an all-time high after 4 students at a peaceful protest at Kent State University were killed. The subsequent backlash and protests eventually forced the President of the United States to start withdrawing soldiers that were stationed within Vietnam. Some claim that the reason America lost the war was because of the media's portrayal of America's war effort and the increasing protests against the war within the United States. In actuality, America was winning the war in Vietnam, but because of the media's portrayal of it, it made it look as if America was losing the war.
Is a system that in place to select men from 18 to 26 to serve in the military, and government will assign a name to every birth date, then as resources they need. They started at number 1 and went to every birthday they need. So different recruit companies would have a lot of people with the same birthday, and it seems far that driving by birthday this way, so you don't deplete the entire year group of males. And between 1964 and through 1973, the U.S. military drafted 2.2 million American men out of eligible pool of 27 million. And this imperfect draft system and has had lots of negative impact on American people. On August 26, 1965, the President Johnson published a new policy. Anyone who was married before midnight and cyanide would still be eligible for the deferment. So lots of people marry at cyanide, and about 100 million people get married on cyanide.
It cannot be ignored the horrible things that have befell the soldiers who fought in it. Unlike World War II or even the Korean War, where soldiers were seen as the paragons of American heroism, the Vietnam veterans were seen as villains. I mean, a lot of us know about these cases where Vietnam veterans were spat upon or even called baby killers, but in actuality, these are rather rare. In truth, they were confronted with apathy rather than hatred. They were ignored by the American people in their time of greatest need. A lot of these men came home broken. They suffered from horrible physical and emotional trauma that crippled them for the rest of their lives. And what the American people did was nothing short of neglect them. According to the Coalition of Homeless People in America, of the 40,000 homeless veterans in the United States, a disproportionate amount, 47% of them are Vietnam veterans. This is a travesty. Even if these men, some of them, committed horrible actions, you cannot ignore the many good men who died and fought for our country.